What's up, guys? Diablo here. Today is PC news you can use number 8. First off, Metal Gear Solid will be coming to the PC either late 2013 or early 2014, so I guess that's good for us. Next up, Resident Evil will be coming out, Operation Raccoon City. It will be released on the 18th and then the 20th. Alright. Now we have Max Payne and Rockstar saying that it has gloriously increased detail, so we'll see how well they'll say to PC gamers and actually producing the product to our expectations, because as soon as you say that, PC gamer is going to say, okay, I want eye candy, I want all this detail into the video game. So we'll see if they can produce the product that we want. Next up, PlayStation 4 or the PS4, their graphics are going to be designed by AMD. So that means AMD owns pretty much all the consoles now. The PS3, has NVIDIA, but the PS4 will have AMD, the Wii has AMD, and the Xbox 360 has AMD. So AMD will own pretty much all the consoles towards its graphics, I guess you want to call it. Next up, ADATA is releasing some new SATA drives and all that good stuff. New SATA drives mean better transfer speeds, more competition going out there and all that good stuff. Alright, next up, I am not going to read the whole list, but it's coming up. But Battle Ready MSI GT685 gaming laptop comes to Thailand. This thing is loaded. It has a GTX 580M, and then it has 32 gigs of RAM. What laptop needs 32 gigs of RAM? This is not like a laptop to me. This is a complete replacement of the desktop PC in my opinion. But excuse me, but that's just crazy. And if you want more details, you can go ahead and check out this article. Next up, Intel Core i7-3820 is overclocked to 5.666 gigahertz. Core voltage is 1.6 volts. They used a multiplier value of 43, and the block speed of 131.74 megahertz, and they did extreme cooling. They disabled 2 cores though, so it's only running 2 cores when they validate it and everything. Next up, I talked about this last week. Basically this right here is ASUS dual socket motherboard right here. Wow, that's a really huge image. Let me see if I can do view image. There it is behind me, and this is more or less a competition to the EVGA ASRock, and the price point is nuts. I think it said $634.56 for this motherboard. So only God knows how much the ASRock board is going to be. So I'm going to guess $700 probably for the EVGA version of the dual socket motherboard. Okay. Talk about AMD again. AMD tried to acquire NVIDIA before ATI, believe it or not. It says past employees and everything. But in my opinion, if they were to even succeed in doing that, they would basically have no competition. So AMD and NVIDIA would come together, but then set the price point for all the graphics cards, and they would be really high and all that stuff. Alright? Next up, EA, DICE, rebuilding Battlefield 3 with huge patch. And just to give you a little detail, let me scroll down on how many fixes they're doing. It is ridiculous. I am not even going to read one or say any of them. You can read them, but here's the weapons change list, okay? I'm still going. And then scope fixes, okay? Next is the bipod right there. Heavy barrel, IR and V fixes, foregrip fixes, laser sight, suppressor, general gameplay fixes, Vehicle fixes. Going on, still going. Gadgets. Team deathmatch. Squad deathmatch. Like, this list is absolutely massive. And it should have probably come out in February, like they said, but it got cut, in my opinion, and they released a small patch. Alright? Next up, Blizzard said, don't expect too much from Diablo 3 because what they're afraid of is people are overhyping the game and then all of a sudden they won't meet the gamers' expectations on this game because it has been so long. So they said, don't expect too much from it. We tried our best and everything, but yeah. Okay? Next up, Ivy Bridge. That's what I'm looking for. It's going to be released sometime around March, early April time frame. So I can't wait for that to come out to see what the motherboards can do. Alright, next up will be the ASRock introduces the Fatality X79 motherboard. And here it is right here. And pretty much when there's Fatality on it, probably more than likely you're paying more for the name on the board because you look at the heat sinks and everything. It says Professional 1 Series Fatality. Fatality's everywhere on this board, and ASRock said this is a board that we want to say that has quality. If you don't have quality, don't have a gamer on it and then have his name on it to jack up the price, in my opinion. So that's just me. Alright, next up, Cool Master coming out with another case. Let me go ahead and there it is right there. Doesn't look too new, nothing really innovative. Oh, I've seen this before. This is on the NZXT Beta Evo that I bought for 40 bucks. And this case is like 36. Here's the inside of the case. So it's really plain. Nothing really innovative in it, in my opinion. They're just coming out with another case. 39.9 euro. So roughly probably 40 bucks here. Alright, MSI guys, the entire Z68 or H61 series motherboards will support the Intel's 22 nanometer processors, or aka Ivy Bridge. All you would need to do before you upgrade that processor is to make sure you download the BIOS first and then update it. After you update your BIOS, you'll be golden and be able to use that new Ivy Bridge. Alright, now this is just a rumor. It said Intel might make up for Ivy Bridge delay and they'll lower the prices. They're estimating between $60 to $70, maybe a little bit more for each processor. So hey, lower deal on a processor, I'll buy one. Alright, next up we have Power Color. They announced a liquid cool 7970 and they're actually doing the smart thing, unlike EVGA, and actually going towards a good water block. Here it is right here. They're using a EK water block. I don't know if you can see it, but it says EK at the top and then it has little stickers at the bottom. It says EK too, has two of them right there. So they're doing something right. Next up, Ivy Bridge die. Layout estimated, and you shouldn't really do estimates until the product comes out, and then you can say, oh, this is how the processor is laid out and everything like that. But this is their estimate and how it looks like. GPU core, and then after that CPU across the board and all that good stuff. So I'm not going to read into it because it's like a rumor, so they don't actually know what it looks like. Next up, the Thermalright Silver Arrow for the Sandy Bridge cooler goes on sale, and it said that it was actually cheaper than suggested prices. Or pre-order, it's €64.99, and here it is. I've seen it, or you've seen it, and everything. This thing is absolutely massive. So if you guys haven't seen it, there it is. Really, really big, really, really huge. Next up, Intel readies Atom D255 or 250, excuse me, Cedar view with faster graphics. This is basically going to be improved Atom processor and everything like that, saying it's better. So something new comes out and it's better, it's always good in my opinion. Alright, now this is Natua's low profile cooler, the NH-TAC L12 low profile cooler. And here it is right here. Again, it's huge. So I don't know what makes it so low profile, because it's pretty big in my opinion. Here it is right there. Looks like a spaceship. Alright, next up, Intel readies new 313 series SLC base solid state drives. This is really good in my opinion, and 20 gigs for $100, and the 24 gig will be 120. So it's not that bad considering, you know, it's SSDs. And if you want a cheap SSD, you can get a 20 gig, and I'm assuming these are really fast and they're replacing a new series, or they're coming out with the new series and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool. Alright, next up, Team launches high-speed dual-channel extreme memory. This is ridiculous. They have clocked the megahertz, or not megahertz, but they have the RAM running at 2,800 megahertz, but the only thing is the latency is really high. I think it's 1114 or something like that. Let me go ahead and double check. Here's the specs right here. So it's 11, 14, 14, 31, and they'll have 2 gig by 2, so that's 4 gigs right there, or 4 gig by 2, you're 8 gigs for dual memory. That's still a little high. The voltages are at 1.65 volts. The only time you would really use this is for benching, in my opinion. So, alright, OCZ launches the VXL storage accelerator, and this is more or less meant for the enterprise or high-end, you know, people out there who own businesses and everything, and that's what it looks like. It's nice and sleek in my opinion. So here it is. Let me see any specs. Like, I want to see how big this thing is going to be. So it said it showcased how data can be accessed by virtual machines up to 25 times faster than traditional standalone. Error. Gotta love that. You're writing an article, but it has an error in it. Then Yeston, however you pronounce it, is a Chinese-based graphics manufacturer, and they're coming out with their own 6870, and it's going to be the R6870. It's a very interesting design right here, as you can tell. It's an aftermarket PCB, it's factory overclocked and all that stuff. Very different PCB, very unique cooler, I have to say. It's not really traditional. And here's the back, and here's the PCB itself. It has 8 +1 phase, I believe, on it. Let me go ahead and double check. Yeah, right here. VRM right there. So I was right. Next up, top NVIDIA GK part gets GeForce GTX 670 Ti branding. I don't get why they're doing this, but hey, it's their business. I don't like the TI branding at all. So it will outperform the GTX 580 and the 7950. Okay, what about the 7970? Is it going to outperform that? I hope so, or come close to it. But they said that NVIDIA should be releasing Kepler around April, hopefully, if we're lucky. So you'll be able to upgrade your motherboard to Ivy Bridge, and then you'll be able to upgrade your graphics card to Kepler. So we'll see how that goes, okay? Next up will be GeForce Kepler GK107 reference board sketched, and this is what it looks like. It is green, and it just details like how big it is, and this is supposed to be for the OEM manufacturers, I believe. If I look at it, get rid of that advertisement. So that's what it looks like and everything. Hopefully this video isn't too long for you guys, and thank you for watching, and thank you for your support. Comment, subscribe, rate this video, click that like button. Guys, have a great day.